In today's video, I want to take a look at how we can modify our code so that if I created one enemy, I could possibly copy that code into a second enemy, third enemy, etc. If I look over here, I've already created my object enemy 1. You can see it's open in my tab, and I have a tab right next to it, object enemy parent. And this was designed because we wanted to have more than one enemy. Unfortunately, I put all of my code in object enemy 1. So whether you do a mistake like this, or you don't think about it and go, oh, I need to add a second enemy or a third enemy or fourth enemy, I'm going to show you how you can move your code. So if I come over here and I select this code inside my create event, you notice I can only select it. I can't come down into my step event. That's because GameMaker Studio is setting this up so that you have your own event handlers. You don't have to define your function header or anything like that like you do in other languages, like if this had been in Java or C# or any of those other types of programming languages. So what we're going to do is select our create information, come over here to my object parent code, I'm going to add an event, create, and I'm going to paste it in. Now that I've copied that over, I'm going to come over here to my create event. I'm going to right click on its name, and I have a little pop-up menu. I can do things like I can copy the whole event, I can duplicate it, etc. I want to choose to delete my event. Are you sure I want to do this? Yes. Now you might be saying, but the code is still there. I thought you just deleted it. However, if you notice here, there is a slight icon that's a little bit different. It's a big circle with two little circles underneath. If I click on this, you can see I have open parent event. And this is showing that I'm inheriting this event. And I can also choose to override it if I want to. So I'm going to just kind of leave this be. This is actually my parent event. I'm going to come over here to step. Right click, copy the event, come to my object enemy parent code. I'm going to create a new event. So I click on my create event button, a little plus, step, copy that in there, go back to my object enemy 1, delete this event. Am I sure? Yes. Now this event is from my parent event handler. And I'm going to do the same with my end step. And now I'm fixed. So it doesn't take a lot of work to do. You're only going to have so many events. There are potentially a lot of events, but there's not that many that's going to be a real challenge for you. So this should be helpful for you when you're working and creating events and you need to say, oh, I need to duplicate this. How can I easily do this? It's not that. So I have one other error that I found when I was doing my play testing. And I always encourage you to play test early and often. That way you can test and find bugs earlier on. It's easier to fix them. So I typically write a event handler or two, test it. Anything that's going to work in that little section, I write it, I test it. So I actually had an issue here with my object underscore player and my move and collide that is inside my step event. This should not be object player. This should be object enemy parent. You'll see when I start to type, it knows the different types of parameters it could be, and it helps me find it. I can hit the enter key, and it fills it in for me. So this is just kind of a real quick example of how we can fix our code moving content from one section to the next. Once we've done this, we're ready to start setting up a way to handle real-time attack sequences. And that's going to be coming up in our next couple of videos, starting with how do we actually set up an attack. So stay tuned for that video.